You're listening
You're listening
to another episode
of the Fresh Takes
podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? What is up? It is a Friday afternoon, Friday evening for some of you all, but you know what? Let me tell you, it is another Tank's Thoughts episode. Now, don't forget, before I even get into my video, I want to go ahead and give a shout out. Don't forget, you got the Power Rankings by Pat every Thursday. You have Testing Tim's Knowledge every other Sunday. And last Sunday, a couple days ago, Sunday, you had him try to figure out mine and Pat's favorite um, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, offensive linemen. So there was that. I think in a couple of weeks he's going to be doing the defense. So we'll see how well he does with that. And don't forget, every Tuesday we've been dropping actually two videos, so Tuesday and Wednesday. You get a video from the Fresh Takes podcast. Yours truly, Tank, Tim, and Pat. Don't forget about that. But sorry about that. We're going to go ahead and get into the video. And today's episode is a topic. I don't really know if it's going to be popular with everybody, because I do see that the hot dog toppings was a big hit. And I'm sorry to one of the local fans, or I don't know where he's at, or if it's even a he, it might be a she. But I wasn't thinking, yes, you're correct. Air is not a topping, so a plain hot dog shouldn't have been on there. I should have added something to it, but I couldn't think of any other toppings because I just don't. I like my hot dogs pretty much plain and simple. But now that I've looked back onto it, I really wish I would have added bacon to it. So maybe bacon would have been in there at number 9, because I think that my plain hot dog was at number 9, if I recall. Actually, I can look that up real quick. And yes, plain was at number 9, so I would have put bacon at number 9. But that is not why I'm here. I'm here to talk about my top 10 of dog breeds. These are dog breeds that I like. These are the dogs that I think are amazing, that I would love to have my own. So we'll get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and push out my honorable mentions right now. And I have none other than a King Corso, I have a Poodle, and I have a Schnauzer. The reason I chose a King Corso, and the reason why I like them, is because they're a bigger dog. I don't know. I think I've kind of fallen into love with them because of my wife. She likes them. A Poodle and a Schnauzer, I just think they're adorable. I don't like them to own, but I think they're adorable. I know it's weird. I'm a burly man, a bearded man, saying a dog is adorable. But yeah. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get right into it. Number 10. That's right. Number 10, we're going to have none other than a Saint Bernard. And one of the biggest reasons why I think I like this dog is because of Beethoven. I fell in love with the movies, Beethoven, with all the puppies and the evil woman trying to steal the puppies and everything. It was just a good movie. So that's why I've always liked the Saint Bernard. Would I own one? Probably not, because of it drooling so much. That's one thing I can't stand about a dog. But you know what? I don't own one, never have, and I probably, if somebody would buy me one kind of thing, I would take a Saint Bernard. But I'm going to be other dog. I would try to persuade that person to buy me a different kind of breed. So yeah, number 9. Number 9 is a Pembroke Welsh Corgi. I just think they're a very a cute, lovable looking dog. I think corgis are. I know they're hyper, but you know what? I can get used to a hyper dog. I don't mind letting it, run around the house. I don't mind getting out and throwing the ball and chasing the ball and bringing it back to me and let me throw it right back out for him. So that's I will agree with a corgi there. We'll get right into it. Number 8. is a Rottweiler. And the reason why I like a Rottweiler is, uh, believe it or not, I had a good friend. Well, I don't want to say good friend, but he was a friend of mine back when I was in fourth or fifth grade. He lived very close to me, so I used to go visit him after school after I would do my homework, or if my mom wasn't home. When I first got out of school, I would say I did my homework and then go over and hang out with him and then do my homework. But he had a Rottweiler, and believe it or not, the things are. I don't know if it was because they trained their dog to be a nice dog, but they're actually not. I have never ran into a Rottweiler that is vicious and mean to people. Not saying it can't be out there because it can be, but that can be any type of breed. But the ones that I've come in contact with, they're nice. They're a guard dog, but they are great dogs to have. So that being at number 8, we'll get right into number 7. Number 7 is another dog that gets a lot of hate on it, and it's a pit bull. Again, they can be mean, they can be out for blood, but if you can train them to be the right kind of loving dog, they are that. I had one. Unfortunately, I could not keep the dog at the time where I was living at. So my mom ended up because it was my mom giving me a gift. She gave me a brand new puppy. It was a pit bull, and so I ended up having to give it back to my mom, and she raised it, and he was the most loving dog. There were times where he would get a little aggressive. Not, and I don't want to say aggressive, but he would get a little aggressive, like um, if he could. Because some dogs can sense when there's this person coming into the place is just a little sketchy before us humans know it, and those would be the times where it's like we had to get him calmed down. But after they met him and he sniffed them and everything, licked them, most loving dog in the world. I mean, most loving dog that I personally have ever owned. But that was at number 7. Number 6. Number 6 kind of falls along with the number 9, but it's a different breed. And so you have A brand and you have a B brand. So it's different. It's the same thing, but it's a different kind. So number 6 is the Cardigan Welsh Corgi. Again, another dog that I think is very cute and very adorable. I would love to own one. It's a hyper dog again, but I'm willing to adopt it. I'm willing to love it. But yes, so there's my 6 through 10. We're going to get right into the top half soon. So before I get into my top half, I want to say thank you to all my loyal fans that check out the videos every Friday. And if you don't check them out Friday, I understand, but hey, you know what? I appreciate you giving us a view. I appreciate you giving us a share, comment. I appreciate it all. So thank you. That comes from my bottom of my heart. And I know from Tim and Pat on the Fresh Takes podcast, we appreciate all our fans. So thank you again. We'll get right into it. Number 5. Number 5 is the American Bulldog. Um, so I I I grew up when I went to high school. My mascot was a bulldog. Um, and recently I've really fallen in love with different types of the bulldogs, and you will see why when I talk about them. Because they are in my top half of the list. They are a beautiful dog. They're just cute, adorable. They I don't want to say talk back, but they do talk back to you in a different, as a child would. But it's just super cute. I I don't know, but American Bulldog at number 5. Number 4. Number 4 is an English Bulldog. Um, so again, this kind of this is the kind of mascot I had in high school as an English bulldog. Um, but you know what? I think they're all kind of the same. They're a very loving dog. They're cute, but I like the reason I like the English a little bit more than the American is that they're smaller, kind of, and they are chubbier, if that makes sense. And that's scrunched up face. I love it. It's I would love to have. I'll put it that. I'll just put those out there. Any of these dogs, if any of my fans want to buy me a dog or gift me a dog uh, as a gift, because Christmas is coming up and birthday's coming up in January, but I'm not persuading you all to go out and do anything. But yeah, that would be amazing. I'm not gonna lie. So number three. Number three is none other than a Boston Terrier. That's right, a Boston Terrier. See, my top three dogs, it would be my number one dog that I would want out of anything. Number two, I would want that. Number three, me and my wife have been kind of looking at dogs, not only for myself and her, but for the children to have and have chores and understand that kind of stuff in life. But um, adopting is a very expensive thing. So I'm not asking you all to go out and spend your hard-earned money if this is something you don't want. But I think a Boston Terrier is a very adorable dog, and it again is something to learn to have. Um, I like the scrunched up face. I like the collars of them. I like how they're. I like a big dog, but I also like a small dog. So yeah, number three was a Boston Terrier. Number two. Number two is my all-time favorite bulldog. And that's the French bulldog. That's right. Number two is a French bulldog. Um, I was I I was going to get one of these recently, but ended up getting actually scammed. So there are scammers out there. Um, but it's a lesson in life that I learned. But you know what? I would love to have a French bulldog. They're so cute, so adorable. Not hard to maintain, and they're just playing around the door. Look at 'em. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. My 2 through 10. I'm going to go through my 2 through 10 real quick, and then I'm going to shoot it over to none other than Pat and Tim to see what their honorable mentions are for the dog breeds. So, without further ado, my 2 through 10. Again, two is my French Bulldog. Number three is none other than a Boston Terrier. Number four is the English Bulldog. Number five is an American Bulldog. Number six was the Cardigan Welsh Corgi. The number seven was a Pit Bull. Number eight was a Rottweiler. Number uh, nine was a Pembroke Welsh Corgi. And number 10 was none other than the St. Bernard. So there you have my 2 through 10. Let's go ahead and shoot it over to Tim or Pat, whichever one wants to pop in first to tell me their honorable mentions. Take it away, boys.
What's going on, guys? Tim, for my honorable mentions, I'm going to keep it short and simple. Number three, I have a Collie. Number two, I have a Beagle. And number one, my all-time favorite dog is a Corgi.
Hey, it's Pat here from my chair with a shirt over my chest like a blanket and not actually wearing it. And I'm here to tell you my favorite dog breeds. Last week, hot dogs. This week, hot dogs. Number three, French Bulldog. Love them, pointy ears. Number two, Mastiff, big old boys. Number one, my dream dog, a Bernese Mountain Dog. So cute.
Well, boys, I want to say thank you for spending your Friday evening with me and telling me your honorable mentions. Those aren't bad. Hey, we all have our own opinions of where our hearts are for dogs. So yeah. But my number one, drum roll, please. Siberian Husky. Come on down because you've been chosen for the number one spot. That's right. A Siberian Husky is my all-time favorite dog. Love it, but they shed too much. I'm not gonna lie. I did have a an Australian Shepherd Husky mix, and that thing shed like crazy. Love him, miss him. Um, Ended up actually having to get rid of him when I was trying to move out onto my own with my wife and family, and I couldn't take all my dogs. And actually, I couldn't take any of my dogs because of where I lived. But you know what? It's part of life, and I know at the time I couldn't give them the life that they really needed. So, but yeah, it was an amazing dog. But Siberian Husky is my all-time favorite, and I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost positive my dad actually had one when I was a kid, um, at his mom's house, and his name was Stuart. And I love Stuart. I would always go visit when Dad would take me up to Grandma and Pap's house. I would go out and visit Stuart out back all the time. He was an amazing, loving dog, and I want to say around 97, 98, maybe. He ended up passing away. He was just an old dog. I think my dad said he was like 13 years old. But, uh, great dog, loving dog, amazing dog. So, but yeah, there it is. There's my top 10 uh, dog breeds. Again, please comment below. Let us know what your favorite is. Maybe your favorite made the list, but not where you thought it should have been. You might have a favorite on there that's not even on the list. But comment below. We like hearing this. Don't forget you can follow us on the good old X, aka Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, of course, where you're watching this video of yours truly. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget one of the lucky fans on the YouTube channel will get a prize after we hit 100 subscribers. To that one lucky fan, we don't know who it is. We haven't hit it, but I know on Tuesday we had roughly 30-ish, between 25 and 35-ish, I want to say, subscribers. So let's hopefully we hit more by the time this video gets aired out. And if not, it's okay, because you know what? There's always another day to get more subscribers and get more eyes on us. We're just three loving friends that are talking about anything and everything, mainly football related, but on my time and my episodes, it's whatever I want to talk about. But there you go. That is Tank's Thoughts. I will see you all Tuesday with the Fresh Takes podcast, and then next Friday with another episode of Tank's Thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and give you a slight hint. It is sports related. I'm going to go into a little small direction with sports related with the next couple episodes of maybe what you have to find out, but it's sports related. Other than that, I'll see you all Tuesday. Tank is signing out. Peace.